Hi, I'm Valerie. I've been a stepmom for 8 years now, since Emma was just 8 years old. I met her father, Derek, when I was waiting tables at a local diner while finishing my accounting degree. He came in every Tuesday morning with his daughter, always ordered the same thing: blueberry pancakes for her, black coffee, and eggs for him. Daddy, is the pretty lady going to be our waitress again today? That's how Emma used to talk about me. Now? Well, things have changed. I moved into their home 6 months after Derek and I started dating. I knew becoming an instant mom wouldn't be easy, but I was all in. I helped Emma with homework, took her shopping for her first bra, and sat up with her when she had nightmares. You're making dinner again? We had pasta last week. My real mom made different things every night. That was the first sign. Little comments about her real mom, who, by the way, left when Emma was 3 and calls maybe twice a year. But I kept trying. Last month, Emma started coming home late from school. Her grades slipped from A's and B's to C's and D's. When I tried talking to her about it, she'd just roll her eyes. You worry too much. It's not that serious. Derek works long hours at his construction company, so the day-to-day parenting falls to me. When I told him about the grades and attitude, he just sighed. She's a teenager, Val. All kids go through this phase. Yesterday, I found empty beer cans in Emma's backpack. I waited until dinner to bring it up, when Derek was home. So, would either of you like to explain the beer cans in Emma's backpack? Derek looked surprised, but Emma just glared at me. You went through my stuff? That's a total invasion of privacy. I was emptying the trash and your backpack was open. The cans fell out. Where did you get alcohol? You're 16. From Zoe's brother. Not that it's any of your business. Emma, everything you do is my business. I'm your mother. That's when she stood up, knocking her chair backward. You're not my real mother. You never will be. You're just some waitress my dad felt sorry for. The kitchen went silent. Derek stared at his plate. Derek, aren't you going to say something? He cleared his throat. Emma apologized to Valerie. Whatever. Sorry you can't handle the truth. She stormed off to her room. I looked at Derek, waiting for him to do something. Anything. She didn't mean it, Val. She's just upset about the beer thing. She meant every word, and you know it. And now she knows she can talk to me however she wants, and you'll let her. I went to bed early, lying awake while Derek watched TV downstairs. I heard him knock on Emma's door. Their muffled voices, then laughter. The next morning, he made her favorite breakfast before school. Emma, your lunch is packed, I said, sliding her the brown bag I'd prepared. Dad gave me money for lunch. I don't need your gross sandwiches. Derek winked at her. Have a good day, princess. That was it. 8 years of love and care meant nothing. I watched them leave. Derek driving Emma to school in his truck, both acting like I wasn't even there. I made a decision right then. No more enabling. No more pretending. If Emma wanted a war, she'd get one. And if Derek wouldn't stand up for me, he'd learn what happens when you choose the wrong side. After they left, I pulled out my laptop and logged into the school's parent portal. What I saw made my blood boil. Emma had missed 12 days of school in the past month alone. The system showed excused absences, with notes supposedly from me. I grabbed my phone and called the school office. Hi, this is Valerie Jenkins, Emma Jenkins' stepmother. I'm looking at her attendance record, and I'm confused about these excused absences. Yes, we received notes for those days. Standard procedure. I never wrote any notes. Can you tell me what they said or how they were delivered? They were emailed from your account, Mrs. Jenkins. Something about family emergencies and doctor appointments. My stomach dropped. Emma must have gotten into my email. I thanked the secretary and hung up, then checked my sent folder. Nothing there. She must have deleted the evidence. That afternoon, I checked the mail and found my credit card statement. I usually had it set to paperless, but had forgotten to switch it after we changed banks. Flipping through it, I spotted charges I didn't recognize. $78 at a mall boutique, $45 at a makeup store, $126 at some place called Vapor Heaven. I was still staring at the bill when Derek walked in without Emma. Where's your daughter? Study group at Zoe's. What's with the tone? I slapped the credit card statement on the counter. Did you authorize Emma to use my credit card for clothes and a vape shop? Derek frowned. A vape shop? No way. Must be a mistake. And what about these 12 absences from school? Also a mistake? What absences? She never mentioned. Because she's been forging notes from me. The school just confirmed it. Derek ran his hand through his hair. Let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe there's a mix-up with the records. There's no mix-up, Derek. Your daughter is skipping school, forging notes, and stealing my credit card. Our daughter. Really? That's what you're focused on? Not the lying and stealing? The front door opened and Emma walked in with shopping bags. My shopping bags, apparently. Hey guys, Zoe's mom dropped me off early. I thought you were at a study group. Emma froze for a second. Yeah, we finished early, so we went shopping. With what money? She shrugged. Birthday money from Uncle Marcus. I held up the credit card statement. Funny, because according to this, you've been shopping with my credit card? Emma's face hardened. You're accusing me of stealing? Wow. I'm not accusing. I'm stating facts. How did you get my card number? This is insane. Dad, are you hearing this? Derek looked torn. Val, maybe it was fraud. Did you call the credit card company? Are you serious right now? The charges are at stores Emma shops at, on days she was supposedly at school. You're always trying to make me look bad, Emma shouted. Last week she told Dad I was doing drugs too. What? I never said that. Derek looked at me strangely. You did mention finding something in her room. That's when it hit me. Emma had been feeding Derek lies about me for who knows how long. I'm done arguing. Either we get to the bottom of this or I'm calling the police about the credit card fraud. You wouldn't dare, Emma sneered. Try me. Derek stepped between us. Everyone calm down. Emma, go to your room. Val, let's talk privately. As Emma stomped upstairs, Derek turned to me. You need to back off. She's just a kid. A kid who's manipulating you against me. Open your eyes, Derek. Maybe we should all talk to someone professional. I laughed bitterly. We're way past that. What we need is evidence. Cold, hard proof that neither of you can deny. And that's exactly what I intended to get. That night, I laid out my plan to Derek while he watched TV in the living room. I want to install a tracking app on Emma's phone. Derek muted the TV. That's pretty extreme, don't you think? So is stealing my credit card and forging school notes. This isn't about invading her privacy. It's about her safety and getting to the truth. After 20 minutes of back and forth, Derek reluctantly agreed. Fine, but we tell her it's there. No sneaking around. Of course, I lied. The next morning, I grabbed Emma's phone while she was in the shower. The password was Derek's birthday. Predictable. I installed the app, buried it in a folder, and put it back exactly where I found it. That same day, I contacted the school for copies of the forged excuse notes. Mrs. Winters, the principal, sounded concerned. This is a serious matter, Mrs. Jenkins. If Emma has been forging communications, we need to address it. Could you email me copies of the notes? I'd like to see them before we proceed. By lunchtime, I had the forged notes in my inbox. They were poor imitations of my writing style, but good enough to fool a busy school administrator. I printed them all. The tracking app showed Emma wasn't at school, but at a mall across town. I drove there, parking where I could see the food court. Sure enough, there was Emma with two girls I didn't recognize, laughing over smoothies. I snapped pictures from a distance, then moved closer, pretending to shop while staying within earshot. So what did you tell your stepmom this time? One girl asked. Emma rolled her eyes. Who cares? My dad believes anything I say about her. Last week I told him she called me a spoiled brat and he bought me new AirPods to make up for it. The girls laughed. Your stepmom is such a loser. Total loser. She actually thinks she's my mother. As if. I felt sick but kept my phone recording. After they left, I followed at a distance. They stopped at a bench where a boy handed Emma something small that she quickly tucked into her purse. A vape pen. I'd bet money on it. 3 days of surveillance gave me a mountain of evidence. Screenshots of Emma's location history, photos of her skipping school, recordings of her trash-talking me, and copies of the forged notes. I scheduled a meeting with Mrs. Winters for Friday morning. Then, on Thursday night, I confronted Emma in her bedroom. "We need to talk about these." I dropped the printed excuse notes on her desk. Emma's eyes widened for a split second before narrowing. "Where did you get those? From the school? Want to explain?" "They're just notes for when I was sick." "Except I never wrote them. You forged my signature and my email." Emma scoffed. "Prove it." "Oh, I can. I have proof of everything. The forgery, the credit card theft, the skipping school, the vaping, even your little conversations about manipulating your father against me." For the first time, Emma looked uncertain. "You're bluffing." "Try me. Tomorrow morning, we're meeting with Principal Winters. All three of us. You, me, and your dad." "Dad won't let you do this to me. Derek has seen the evidence too. He's picking us up at 9 a.m. sharp." Emma's face crumpled, then hardened. "I hate you. You've never been my mother, and you never will be." "You're right. I'm not your mother. I'm the person who's finally teaching you about consequences." The next morning, we sat in Principal Winter's office. Emma slouched in her chair while Derek fidgeted uncomfortably. "I've documented everything," I said, placing my folder on the desk. The forged notes, unauthorized absences, and credit card theft. As I played the recordings of Emma bragging about manipulating her father, Derek's face fell. "And here's where she bought the vape pen with my stolen credit card." Mrs. Winters slid a paper across her desk. "We've also received multiple complaints about bullying. Zoe Anderson and her mother came forward yesterday with screenshots." I glanced at the messages showing Emma threatening girls to keep quiet about their mall trips. "Given these infractions, Emma will be placed on academic probation. She'll complete 30 hours of community service and attend weekly counseling sessions." Derek nodded. "We understand. There will be additional consequences at home." On the drive back, Derek broke the silence. "Emma, give me your car keys." "What? You can't take my car? It's my car that I let you drive. That privilege is revoked indefinitely." "This is all your fault," Emma yelled at me. "You've turned Dad against me." "No, Emma, your actions did that." The next day, Emma's former friends bombarded her with angry messages. Zoe had told everyone about the bullying and lies. By afternoon, Emma was crying in her room. That evening, Derek found me folding laundry. "Val, I should have believed you from the start." "Yes, you should have. I've been too easy on her. That stops now. We're a team, and I forgot that. I'm sorry." 3 days later, Emma knocked on my office door, eyes puffy. "I'm sorry for everything. The credit card, the lies, what I said about you not being my real mom." "Why are you apologizing now? Because you're facing consequences?" "Partly. But I also realized how much you've actually done for me. None of my friends will talk to me anymore." "That's what happens when you treat people badly. Can we just go back to normal? Please?" "There is no going back. You'll earn back privileges through actions, not words." "So you're not accepting my apology?" "I acknowledge it, but forgiveness has to be earned, not demanded." 2 weeks later, our house had a new routine. Derek took Emma to school and picked her up every day. She did chores without complaining and attended family dinner without her phone. "I hate this," Emma muttered while washing dishes. "I know," I replied. "But this is what rebuilding looks like. One day at a time." For the first time in years, I felt respected in my own home. Not loved by Emma, perhaps, but that was never the point. Respect and boundaries were all I needed to win this war. What would you have done in Valerie's position? Was she right to refuse Emma's apology? Or should she have forgiven her stepdaughter? Some might say maintaining firm boundaries was necessary for real change, while others might argue that rejecting an apology only creates more resentment. What do you think is more important when dealing with toxic behavior? Swift forgiveness or earned redemption? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story of consequences and boundaries, hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling revenge stories. Your support helps our channel grow, and we'd love to hear your perspective.